So last week, my son asked for a good summer book, and I said, you know what, check this out. Wealth, Poverty, and Politics by Thomas Sowell. Well, it's too bad that the high school students in Alabama won't be able to read Sowell because he's just one of many right-leaning authors who are banned from an AP government class. This after local complaints that they were, quote, inappropriate and unbalanced. We're talking about a reading list. Even former President Ronald Reagan was banned. Here to discuss, Jillian Melcher, Lawrence Jones, and Gina Loudon. Lawrence, let me start with you. I mean, it's so funny because progressives and liberals always, don't burn books, don't censor. And they look at the list and like, oh, burn these books, censor them.
This just shows you that the left is trying to take over the brains of our children, and we should be cautious. I mean, they're literally targeting the main people that are essentially the modern day enforcers of conservatism and libertarian principles. And if parents don't rise up and start looking at the education that their kids are getting, the books that they're bringing home, the social sites that they're on, they're going to destroy this generation. They're already taking over the college campuses. Now they're going to the high schools and middle schools.
Actually, I think they started in Jersey. I mean, stuff. No, really, my son was a conservative and he in fifth grade because of some of the things they made him do. But it's not unusual, although this is sort of shocking, right? Because there were some good books on that list.
Yeah. It is shocking. And I think we are seeing what's happening on college campuses trickle down to younger and younger age groups. I mean, I ended up looking through a Teen Vogue the other week, and the agenda there was so overtly progressive. But I think the bigger point here is that the left right now is obsessed with being inclusive, until they're confronted with an idea that they disagree with. And then it's exclusion, it's you're bigoted, it's you're racist, we're going to shut down this conversation.
Right.
And I think that, the important thing is for students to be learning critical thinking, being exposed to a variety of ideas and figuring out what they believe on.
And Gina, remember, this is in Alabama. We're not talking about San Francisco or New York City. I mean, this is in Alabama that this is happening.
Yeah, my sweet home. I love Alabama. But here's the thing, Charles. I disagree with you and Jillian on this one. I have to say, this doesn't shock me at all. What shocked me is that they actually found a conservative teacher with a single conservative book on a reading list, right? I mean, how far did they have to look for that? And this is more of the hypocrisy of the left. So open-minded, Charles, their brains just fall right out.
All right, well, let's talk about the hypocrisy with and progressives, because every now and then their own little mini bubbles bump into each other. That was the case when a gay police chief was banned from a pride march. This, of course, happening in Minneapolis after the recent court verdict with Castile. There was outrage, and there she is right there. Just moments ago, by the way, though, they have reversed their decision. The marchers, the march organizers, and they are going to allow the police chief to join, and apparently she's agreed. Jillian, you wrote about this. I was happy to see the police chief taking a higher road, but it's so amazing that they preach inclusion, except when they don't want to include someone. I mean, the hypocrisy is beyond the pale.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is about intersectionality is the key word for it, but it's really about exclusionary politics and getting power. In this case, what I think was so powerful is they made this choice and the general public did not agree with it. I mean, I was looking through their Facebook page today. You had gay police officers talking about how this was hurtful, how this is something that they've wanted to participate in for their entire lives, and how they're being banned from it. And I think that backlash made a difference. So we've seen this on college campuses. The antidote is being outspoken, not being afraid, and not being silenced. And I think it changes things.
But this isn't new, Charles. We can take this all the way to President Donald Trump, which has been the most supportive of the gay community and the lesbian community. People may not forget, but Barack Obama wasn't really supportive. He wasn't for gay marriage. President Trump believes that the government shouldn't be involved. His properties allow transgenders to use whatever bathroom they want, but they still bash him. They still target him.
Right.
When the facts are, he started with his own private business.
Although this is more about the progressive movements themselves and their false ideology or their false message. If you don't buy your own message, then you should stop trying to sell it to everyone else. Meanwhile, guys, the NASDAQ extended